everyone, and welcome to another episode of Eternal X Wolfpack Paranormal. I am your host, Sean Ellis. Tonight, my guest and a really good friend of mine, I haven't talked to her for a while since the Paranormal Rockdown, but she's the one that kind of got me heading in the right direction in the paranormal for sure. She actually had an extra ticket to go to Galena one time, and I ended up going to the conference up there with her, and we had an awesome time up there, and I got to meet some great people. And she is actually behind the scenes of some of the greatest events that we've had here in the paranormal field as well. So let me introduce her tonight, Miss Jamie Lynn Keller.
Hello. Thanks for having me, Sean.
You're welcome.
Well, that was really sweet of you to say. I'm glad that I was able to get you bump started again.
Yeah, you did. You got me bump started in the right direction, and heck, look where we're at now. Shit.
I know, from sharing rooms to, going everywhere. And I'm so proud of you.
You're just as busy as I am in some occasions, and you've put on some of the biggest events we've had this year.
Yeah, up our way. I sure like to help, so all for it.
Yeah. We have Tiffy in the room. Hey, Tiffany.
Hi,
She's from Eternal Paranormal. But yeah, I thought that was awesome, that we actually got a chance to go to Galena, and we did some investigations there at the motel and the little outpost they had, and the winery they had that they've switched over that used to be a morgue, I think, right?
Oh, I can't remember, but my goodness, the history that those places held and hold is unbelievable.
Yeah, I mean,
and investigating with Will and Kat, it's just, they're such good people, and the way they do things is incredible, and you see things in such a different upbeat light. I owe them a lot of respect too.
Oh yeah, I love Kat and Will. Every time I see them at one of the conventions, I always go sit at their table with them and talk to Will, and I pick his brain and he picks mine, and we talk about books and things we've read. And Will's a good guy, and like I said, Kat's
I always get up to no good with them.
I don't know.
All too well.
We were being pretty ornery out there, and when we were in Galena, we were sitting there together at some of the conferences.
So fun, such a good time, and it's all innocent, so if you can't have fun in the paranormal, there's no use doing it.
Yeah, they're going to be on the show here in a few weeks too as well, and like I said, I wanted to get you on here, and I hadn't seen you for a while, and talk about some of the things that's going on, what you got planned, and
yeah, absolutely. So, I'd like to hear more about you too, so we'll go back and forth and take notes upon one another, huh?
It sounds good to me. So we know you did the metaphysics event there at Broadhead Manor, and you got a lot of those people to come. Can you tell us some of the people that you got to come to that?
Are you talking about the Rockdown, or are you talking to Christina's event, the Moonbow?
The Christina's event first.
Okay. Well, our headliner for that was Sam Beltrusis.
Yeah.
So he came all the way from Massachusetts, and we had him out there. And let me tell you, it was an incredible experience. Having him there, and for the first time ever, allowing a seance, or as he calls it, his seance, to be done at Broadhead, really opened up the eyes of a lot of Broadhead's followers, along with Bill Walter, because most seances, do have that negative portrayal and aren't very welcome at a lot of places. But when it's done, and it's done in the appropriate way with good spirited people, you can learn so much more about your building, your facility, the spirits, the entities, so much more about it. And it was a very, very, very successful event. Christina did very, very well. And we were just just glad to have all of our vendors out there.
Yeah, you got a lot of people to come to that event, and I got to meet Sam that day, and like I said, hang out with all you guys that time as well. And I've actually investigated Broad End Manor as well, and I love that place. It's got a lot of great stuff in it.
It's hard not to love, especially when you have, owners that are so dedicated to the building and the spirits in it.
Yeah, Bill is awesome.
Yeah, he's another really, really good friend of mine, but I think everybody knows that. Yeah,
you're kind of
a pod there.
You're kind of his right-hand person, ain't you?
Kind of, but he's got a couple of right-hand people. I think I'm his right-hand gal.
Right-hand gal?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I know he loves you to death because, like I said, he talks highly of you, and I talk highly of you too because I consider you one of my best friends as well. So,
thank you.
But yeah, those events, it takes a lot of time, and people doesn't realize how much time it takes to put one of those together and get everybody put together.
It does take quite a bit, but it's all worth it. It's just a lot of correlating and a lot of good communication. And the better communication you have, the better the event is going to go.
Oh, yeah, most definitely.
And, just being able to network and talk to people and having those connections and establishing the respect of those around you is what's going to get you, the good turnouts. And I'd like to think that, I've gained the respect of my peers and that we can all just go and have a good time. Because any event that's been held at Broadhead Manor, almost everybody will tell you it's not even like it's a paracon. A lot of times they call it as almost like a family reunion. Where you walk in the door, you immediately feel like you're welcome and everybody just gets along and we all have a good time. And yeah, the paranormal is there, but it's more about networking with the people and sharing thoughts and memories and et cetera. It's cool. It's cool just to be able to have that fun.
And I'm assuming it's sometimes overwhelming getting all that put together with everything going on and having to keep in contact with everybody to make sure things are in order as well, right?
I don't consider it overwhelming. I call it overstimulating because I'm such a people person, but I'm not a people person at all. My ears will start ringing, I'll start like buzzing in my own head and it'll be like I just need to walk away and recoup for a little bit and then get back at it all over again. So yeah, it can be a lot because there are a lot of little strings you got to pull together to make it happen.
Well, you're definitely the person behind the scenes for that. I've seen you do it a few times already, and you've put together some amazing events that I've been to. So
thank you.
And I'm sure, without a doubt, there's not a person in the paranormal field that I know that would talk bad about you because I think they all respect you.
Thank you. That means a lot to me because I try, and it's not even a matter of trying. If you just do the right thing and you have a good conscience, it pretty much comes naturally. Do unto others as you want done unto you and just be kind.
Right. You are awesome, Jamie Lynn. We got Gwen hiding behind the scenes tonight. She's actually giving me a break. She's running my comments for me tonight. So, but yeah, I mean,
thanks, Gwen. I love you.
Yeah, like I said, I got to meet you on a podcast one night, and we just kind of hit it off. And next thing you know, like I said, we were down in Galena, and it's been a skyrocket ever since.
Yeah, I was like, hey, Sean, I have an idea. What do you got going on this day? Let's finally meet.
Yeah.
And then there we are, inseparable after.
Yep, it has been. It's been quite a journey so far since that night. And like I said, I got to meet a lot of people, Sandy and Paranormal Exposure, and come to find out they were going to be on the show a couple of weeks after I was there. Yeah. But I did have them on the podcast with my old team as well. So, but
Hmm.
then I got to meet them in person. So that was cool. And I got to meet Richard and, like I said, Sandy and a bunch of other people down there as well. So I thought that was really cool. And then the cool thing is, me and you went out, we went shopping, we went down to the places and looked at medallions and all sorts of stuff down there and pendulums.
Hmm.
And I wanted to get into that witchcraft shop there, catty corner from the hotel, but one of
Yep,
these days I'm gonna have to go down there and get there.
absolutely. I'm all for going there again. Like I said, that little town is pretty crazy. It's so much history and it's so cute and people are so friendly.
Hey, Nathaniel.
I'm doing pretty good, Nate. How are you? I've just been busy, busy, busy.
Nathaniel, he's part of the All Access television network as well, or network television as well.
Yeah, I
But
try to catch shows when I can, but let me tell you, been so busy this summer. I can't wait till, winter really hits so I can just sit and stare at my TV and, be cheering you guys on.
I know one thing, I had to take a break there for a little while because I was just getting burnt out. I mean, I was on podcast almost constantly there for a while. So I had to take at least a couple months break for sure.
Good for you. Sometimes you just have to. I know with the rock down, that was tough for me every Sunday night, so I don't know how you do it weekly.
So let's talk about the rock down a little bit. You got that organized, and I think that was the second one, right?
Yes, that was the second knockdown. The first one was held, the paranormal aspect of it was held at Edinburgh Manor.
Right,
I'm more into the paranormal, and although Chris is into paranormal as well, Chris was more into like the rock side of it.
right.
So I didn't attend the rock bands at all, unfortunately.
Yeah,
Time
I
just
did.
wouldn't allow.
Yeah, I didn't get a chance to go to the rock band stuff either. I just came down to the paranormal side of it, and because I wanted to see all my friends down there and see you and everything else, and we've been talking about it for a while and etc. So, but yeah,
My
you
husband wore his too, Nathaniel.
and I got to meet Nathaniel down there as well, and Gwen was there, and we got to meet some other new people down there as well.
Yeah, I have to say, meeting Nathaniel was on my bucket list because I've been a fan of his for years. All of his debunking and, just his thought process into things. I've got a lot of respect for him as well.
Yeah,
So,
I got a chance to meet him for the first time down there as well, and he's a hell of a guy. And I like how he does debunk things, and some of the things he talks about, I always remember in the back of my head, of how he would have done it or how he did it, and add that to my little arsenal of things. So he's always got good information and how he does things as well. And he's
he
just
does.
got a book out too.
Yep. He's got so much history that he can hold in that head of his, and I'm just flabbergasted by it. That guy right there knows just about everything. Okay,
Yeah.
maybe not everything. He has a hard time tying his own shoes. No, I'm kidding, Nate. Kidding.
Yeah, but Nathaniel's really cool. Hey, Nathaniel, if you want, you can put the link to your book here in here too in the comments so people can see it.
Yeah, please do. I know I
Yeah.
don't have my copy yet, but that's because I don't buy books unless I can get an autographed copy.
I don't know if Gwen actually has it up in the background in the media. Do you got the picture up there, Gwen, of Nathaniel's book? And
Yeah, I'll pop it up there.
You got Nathaniel's book in the background by chance? I know I have it on mine, but we're on all access tonight, so I didn't know if she had it in one of
Either
her
way,
pictures.
Nate, put a link down to where people can buy it and stuff because it's a must-have for everybody.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to get a copy of it, and I'm definitely going to have him autograph it.
Mm-hmm. I want him to draw a little picture for me. There it is.
Yep, there's Nathaniel's book. Definitely go out and check it out and buy it. He's got a lot of great information in that book.
Mm-hmm. I'm just giving people a chance to read that title there and see if they pop the link there in the chat for it.
Yeah, actually, Scott Bowser. This book right here.
Mm-hmm.
I actually got almost everybody to sign it. It's in this book.
Did I even sign that one?
Oh, I think you did.
I don't know. I've only signed a couple copies.
Well, I will have to skim through here and check it, but I got pretty much everybody's in there, even my own.
Nice.
I actually got some.
I was just with Scott Bowser on Friday.
Yeah.
Yep, I try to get over there at least once a month, or to try to hang out.
Yeah. That's like I said, I thought it was pretty cool. He actually mentioned me in there with Eternal Paranormal when we were at the Rock Island Roadhouse doing the investigation.
I'm sorry, I don't think. Yeah, I wasn't in that book. I was in a different book, I believe, because that's the Rock Island book, right?
Yeah, that's the Rock Island book one.
I'm definitely not in that one. Definitely not.
Well, we'll get the one you are in, and you're going to have to sign it.
Absolutely. I'll get you a copy.
But yeah, but I got almost everybody that's in that book to sign it, and I thought that was pretty cool. Between Broadhead Manor and the events that were going on there, and then the Rock Island Roadhouse, and I actually got to see Annabelle down there when I was there, so that was interesting.
Very nice.
So I got
nice.
I got pictures with her that day, and Father Bill or Father Bob. I got pictures with him, and I thought that was really cool that they had all that down there.
Yeah, I was. There's the link.
Yep, go check out that link, and you can find Nathaniel's book there. And like I said, there's got a lot of great information in there.
After this, I'll make sure to do a post, about the book and with the link and stuff. So anybody that's interested that didn't quite catch it down there, they'll be able to look it up.
Read in chat. However, if anyone wants to autograph me, or you can order it on Amazon and sign it when you see. Yep. Okay, sounds good. Or next time I see you, definitely for sure. So,
hey, Nathaniel, are we going to be seeing you the end of next month at Broadhead? I thought I heard that you were, along with your wife.
Hey, Rez.
I miss you. You and I, Rez, we need a date night. I call all my get-togethers date nights. Doesn't matter with who, it's a date night.
Right.
Yeah, I gotta put him to work.
Oh, put him to work.
Mm-hmm.
Says, love you, Hot Lips.
Love you too, Rez. There's a little story behind Hot Lips, if you would like me to tell you what that's all about.
All right, let's hear it.
Okay, so Rez, Gwen, and we were a part of the Travelers World Great Gate Project. It's J.W. Prather's, Austin Maynard's, and then Stephen and Kayla Gregory's event. Well, we won't even call it event. Project that was done at Ugly's Village this last August, September. My days are all blurring together. And just before that, we were at Eloise, and we decided to give ourselves some nicknames. And my nickname was Hot Lips. And Gwen, what was yours? I think yours was Southern Spice.
Southern Spice. that kind of fits her with the way she talks.
Well, when we were doing the investigation,
Southern sass.
That too, sassy. When we were not doing the exact project, we were doing an investigation that helped along with the project. And Gwen, Rez, Stephen, we were in a museum, a part of Ugly's Village, and over one of Jay's IDC devices, it kept saying lips, Hot Lips. So it actually knew my nickname. So it was pretty funny. So yeah, Hot Lips.
That's funny.
I think that's going to stick with me for a long time.
Yeah, I think I remember a picture I did for you that looked like you had a jail number with Adam.
And boy, has that evolved. You know, we got married, right?
You did? Darn. I didn't hear that one.
Yeah, Mike Galliano married us in Louisiana in the chapel.
Oh, wow.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes, he did.
I just
And that
talked
was,
to
and that was pretty crazy too, because I get all over the US. I mean, obviously, I haven't been to 99% of the locations out there, but we went to Louisiana, and going back to the whole positive, fun, light, airy aspect of the paranormal,
right?
things were pretty slow when we got to the chapel, not a lot of spiritual interaction until after Adam and I got married. Then, then stuff started happening.
We all
Thanks,
know
Nicole.
that's been going on for a long time, and everybody's having fun with it. But yeah, I just
Mm,
talked to Adam last week, and he's wanting to do a show with me, and I think maybe we're going to do a comic book show again or something.
really?
Yeah, Adam's really awesome. I like Adam as well. I'd
He's
like
such a great guy.
I'd like to see him get down here, or us get up there by him and do an investigation with Adam and Maddie. They're both pretty cool.
Yeah, and George. They all need to get their behinds up
And
our
George.
way.
And George, yes, we can't forget George.
Mm-hmm.
So, what do you got planned, and what's your next part of your
No,
adventure?
not that Adam. Adam Ramos.
Rainbow.
And it's a joke, Nicole. Adam's been my online boyfriend for years.
Yeah, for a while.
So yeah, we finally got to meet this year, and it was pretty surreal. But yeah, it's just a joke. He's really not my boyfriend, unfortunately. But yeah, anybody that knows me and Adam, like that guy over there, knows that. Yeah.
We all have fun laughing about it because we all get online and we start talking, we're joking about it and everything. So it's all in
Mhm.
fun.
It is. But okay, what do I have coming up? I do have a private investigation that I'm going to next weekend that I'm recruited two of my good friends at Crossing Guard Paranormal. They're going to be going down with me. It's about an hour from here. It's never been investigated before, and we're not publicly making it known where it is, but it is a church, and it is an operating church, and it was established in the 1800s. So we're excited for that. After that, I don't have anything happening until next year. I've blocked off my schedule. I'm like, nope, I need some time off. So I honestly don't have anything coming up until April, I think, of next year. So, and
Mine
that's
actually mine's starting to pick up a little bit more just the last few weeks, but just a few weeks back, I actually got to go to the Sanctum of Souls with Eternal Paranormal, and that was pretty cool.
well, fancy that. I was just there on Sunday,
What'd you think?
a week ago. Well, to be honest with you, I was very sick.
Why?
So I didn't do a lot of investigating. Again, it was me and Crossing Guard Paranormal, and I'm just reading his. Well, there you go. See, now you understand.
Yeah.
Nate's with me there. Sometimes you just need to take that break, recoup, and then get back at it. I was with Crossing Guard Paranormal, and they've been pumping out a lot of evidence review that they've established with EVPs and stuff. I think he's put out at least 6 or 7 of them, and some of them are pretty intriguing. I didn't investigate a lot. I got there, my activity picked up as I was leaving. The 3 of them were in a room. I went to go say my goodbyes. I said I was going to go by my mom and that my mom's a sweetheart. And then all of a sudden, the dead bell starts going off. And the REM pod starts going off. And I'm like, oh, sure, now you're going to start. I'm like, are you a sweetheart too? And then it would go off again. So as I was leaving, it started to pick up for me. But they said that they had a really, really good time. I do plan on going there again.
Yeah.
But I was there for about 4.5 hours, and I slept for about an hour and a half of it on the church pew.
Mm. Yeah.
Yeah.
I actually went there with Eternal Paranormal and them guys, and they had an open house. It was their first night they were at their open house. And we were getting a lot of activities with the tripwire, and especially the dead man bell in the kitchen area. It kept going off. And me and Tom were in there talking one time. We got to go off like 3 or 4 times when we were in there.
Hi, Chris.
And hey, Chris. And I thought it was pretty interesting. And then there was a lady that was there that she got it to go off several times in a row. And I kept keeping an eye on her that night.
Yeah.
And then I started wandering off on my own, kind of doing some experimenting on my own as well. And come across her doing some other stuff. And before the end of the night, I walked up to her and I said, I think you got an attachment. And she looked at me like kind of funny. And I said, please put your hands out. And she put her hands out. And she said it felt like I just zapped the strength right out of her. She almost collapsed.
Wow.
And yeah, she said she felt a lot better. She said whatever was there ran off. So, but that was
lucky for her that you were there.
Yeah, she was there, and I was like, because I was kind of keeping an eye on her a little bit. I thought it was a little strange because that dead man bell went off like 9 times in a row in a matter of less than a minute. So I thought maybe something was with her, and then I talked to her at the end of the night before we all left, and I asked her, like I said, to put her hands out, and she said it felt like I drained the energy right out of her. So whatever was in her left.
It's crazy. And it's unbelievable at how fast something like that can happen if you're not protected appropriately. And a lot of people, even if they are protected, what they consider appropriately, it can still happen. So it's important to do what you can so it doesn't happen.
Yeah, I mean, she was a nice lady, and she pops in on the show every once in a while here, and I've talked to her a couple times since then. But yeah, she was a nice lady, and we got it taken care of before she left because I really didn't want her running around with it anymore. But yeah, it was
too funny, Mike.
It was an interesting night that night.
So let me ask you, was that your first time meeting Nick?
Nick
Simons.
Big
Nick.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. That was the first.
He's a really cool guy. I've got a lot of respect for him and the way he does things.
Yeah, me and him were sitting there chatting for a little bit, and we got on the same thing. I think I told him we were going to have to get him on the show as well. And I definitely like the way he does things as well.
Yeah. I've done a few things with him. In fact, I had him out at Jericho with me and Glen Beulah and Broadhead and stuff. And that was, 2-3 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Him and Aaron and whatnot came out, and we did a whole bunch of different things together. Good people.
I actually also got to go back to Eastburg to the the Masonic
Lodge. Yeah.
I'm tongue-tied tonight. Masonic Lodge, and that was actually a really interesting night. I was there with Eternal Paranormal and Haunted Happy Hour, the girls from the coffee. Mm-hmm. And we were all there, and we got a lot of activity that night when we were there, and it was pretty cool. We also did some energy work with one of the guests, and the girls caught, when we were doing the energy work from the SLS, the heat actually going from my hand to her hand, and we wasn't even touching. And I thought it was really cool because I was about 5 feet away from her, and then I backed up again, and they seen it on the SLS because it changed a different color for the filter so you can see the energy flow.
Really?
And you can actually see the energy coming from my hand or her hand during the time we were doing some energy work there. It was actually really cool.
That's incredible. That's really awesome.
So
not often that you can catch something like that.
And it happened to be her 28th birthday too that night for that young lady. So she thought it was really cool.
No, it's from supportive people like you that keeps me so sexy. That and hanging out with, big sexy himself, Bill Walter. I
Yeah.
won't talk about eating, your fruity bits or his nuts. That has nothing to do with.
Yeah. Bill and his nuts.
Hmm.
He's got a great pun on everything about his nuts.
Yes, he does.
You just gotta laugh and love him, man. He's great.
It's his trademark,
Yeah.
Bill's nuts.
So here in a few weeks, you asked me what I was doing earlier.
Yes, I did. What do you got going on?
I'm actually going to Melbourne Manor here in a few weeks with Phantom Pals.
Very awesome.
We're going to have an overnight stay there, so that'll be good. We're going to try to go live that night as well.
That's awesome. Josh Hurd is amazing. He does such a great job, with that facility, and so much history again there. That's the last time spiritually I actually opened myself up and had my experience and told. I was with Kat and Will and a good friend of mine, Kathy Beaver's Power, and yeah, that's the last time I opened myself up, and yeah, I probably won't be doing it again. I think I told you about that experience.
Yeah.
Would you like me to share that with you?
Sure. I remember us talking about it, but you can go ahead and share your story.
Well, he had asked me if I would go into a certain room and sit there by myself and just, correlate what happens. And I did, so I sat down and they had, the tripwire and stuff outside the door and whatnot. And I sat there and, explained to them that at one point I felt like my head was like on fire, but it was like prickling all against the right hand side, going down to the back of my skull. And then I felt like I couldn't catch my breath because I was sobbing so hard. When you cry, but when you cry and you just can't catch your breath,
Right.
it was like that. And it was just heartbreaking. So afterwards, Kat tells me the history, and then I further seen it online from, I believe, my Haunted Files or something where Josh Hurd was talking about it. But that's where a woman was left by her husband, and she pulled out her hair, and she would just cry for days on end because, she was lonely and was waiting for him to come back. So that's that mediumship part of me that I try to keep suppressed and locked away because I'm not one that can just let it all go, like it's somebody else, it's not me, it affects me, and I harbor that pain that, other people have. So I just choose not to do it. But yeah, that was quite the experience.
Sometimes, it is hard to get rid of that energy once in a while and feel what they felt. I mean, I picked up some objects before and I've actually seen images from them. And it just flashes through your head when you do it. And been on an investigation one time, one of my first investigations, and I walked across a place in a room, and it's where a lady had a heart attack, and you could actually feel her chest and what happened there. And it just took your breath away, like you were talking about, and you just can't get it there for a little bit. And the lady that was there said that's exactly what happened there. And we were walking back to her location, to her house, and I asked her another question. I asked her a personal question. I said, when did you have a miscarriage? And she looked at me and she says, nobody knew that.
Oh, wow.
Because she never even told her son at the time that she had a miscarriage before he was even born. And because we were there helping her son that night. And but yeah, it does hit you hard sometimes, and it does grab you.
Well, and I just can't, just let that go. I mean, even just telling that story, I mean, my eyes start to feel that tear, and, I hurt for those people. And I can't just be like, okay, well, it was just an experience. We all die. It's all,
Mhm.
I can't. So I would just opt not to experience those things if I can protect myself enough not to.
Right.
Because there are times, like you said, you walk into a certain room and, you feel that in your chest. And I mean, it's bound to happen,
Mhm.
but
Yeah.
you can't protect yourself from absolutely everything.
Sorry, Guardian up on the counter. He knows better.
Yeah,
Um,
see? Same experience. I had the cat and you've got the dog.
yeah, he's being ornery today. Um, yeah, I mean, I've talked to teams before and I've asked them, do you do anything special before you go in or after you leave? And some of them say no. And I just shake my head, how can you not, you know, do something at the end, like take some selenite, cut it away, or do something, you know, like a little ritual of your own to get rid of some of the stuff and make sure they stay there, and I just got to shake my head because they just don't do it. And I'm just wondering one of these days they're going to have something follow them home and it's going to be something bad sometimes, or it's just going to cause problems.
Exactly. I go into a lot of investigations almost, like I'm a kindergarten teacher, where you have to repeatedly set your boundaries, let them know, what is okay and what isn't okay. It's not okay to touch me. It's not okay to invade my personal space. We can talk and talking is okay, but you're not welcome to touch me unless I say you can touch me, So it's almost treating them like, they're a child. But unless you verbalize it and do it in a way that, like, like your crystals or rituals or prayers,
Right.
I think I honestly believe that people need to verbalize it as well.
Oh, I do. I'll say before I leave, you're not allowed to follow me home.
Mm-hmm.
Stay here where you belong. And I'll even take selenite or even salt when I get home. Take a salt bath just to make sure. But I mean, I have had one follow me home before, and it did cause some chaos because as soon as I figured out what it was, I finally got rid of it. And yeah, it followed me home, and the first 2 days afterwards, I lost my F-150. It locked up, all of it
Oh,
locked.
that's right.
Yeah, and then 3 days after that, I lost my job. And then
Yeah,
finally, I figured out what it was, and I got rid of it. And then 2 days later, I got a new job, and I've been there ever since. But yeah, it can cause a lot of chaos,
it
and
can.
and it didn't really attach to me because I didn't feel the negative energy on me, but it did follow me.
It doesn't have to attach to you. It can follow you to cause that chaos,
Yeah.
and it happens that fast,
Oh yeah.
and some people just brush it off to bad luck, but in a coincidence. But nah, sometimes when you know, you know.
Yeah. If I wouldn't have caught that, what I was seeing that night, and then hearing the growling that I was hearing that night, because I didn't even have a dog at that time, and I
Yeah,
was hearing growls in my room, and I was like, okay, I'm not playing games no more. You're you're
yeah,
you're getting out of here. So,
absolutely.
and I guess I'm fortunate enough. I had some good teachers. My Reiki mentor and the guy that teaches me shaman. You know, to be able to handle that situation when it came up. But like I said, I just happened to catch, and I was like, okay, I know exactly what it is after I heard that growl, and I said,
Yeah.
"You're gone, you're gone."
Well, and think of those people that aren't very well versed and don't have that knowledge or don't have that support from others, that are just going into this, thinking it's all fun and games and that, they're going to be, the next people on TV. And because they're out there just raising havoc, as I call it, they really need to analyze how things can be done differently.
Thanks,
Good night,
Nicole.
Nicole. Thanks for joining.
But yeah, I mean, some of these new teams that I see popping up, they at least should be with somebody that knows what's going on for maybe a good 6 months to a year, and experience some of the things that, me, you, and some of the others has been in this field for a while, before they actually go in and start doing something, because they could actually make it worse.
Oh, 100%. 100%. They can definitely do some damage to themselves as well.
Yeah. And like I said, that's one thing I always said, anybody that needs help, that I've talked to, they can always reach out to me, and I'm willing to help them out, and et cetera, and don't be afraid to do it, because I will help you out, especially if I'm in the area. I'll show up.
Likewise, I don't know if I'd necessarily be able to help you get rid of that attachment, but I can definitely give you some good hints, tips, and tricks. Or I can, I've got a lot of good friends such as Sean and Pat and Christina and stuff that will definitely be able to help.
Yeah, we'll see you.
Love you.
And he'll be on the show later this year too.
Woo-hoo. He's been a busy guy.
But yeah, I mean, I just cringe when I see some of these teams go out, or I've talked to some of these teams, and they do nothing to protect themselves.
Nothing. And it's scary. And it breaks my heart, because I'm just waiting for the next worst thing to happen. And it shouldn't be that way, because I'm a very positive person. You and I are. Go ahead.
And sometimes they even call it demonic. And I was like, it's rare. Demonic is rare. Mm-hmm. And to hear somebody call it demonic, without sitting there and analyzing the whole situation before they throw a title at it, is crazy.
Yeah, it's very unnerving to me that so many people throw that title, demonic or evil, because 99% of the time it's nothing more than just, a grumpy old man or something.
Yeah.
It's very rare that it's actually demonic.
Yeah, I definitely get that.
Well, you and I had this conversation once before too, how we're a lot alike, but we're very, very different. Mm-hmm. You seem to, I'm all about positive, not that you're not, but positive, light, fun, airy. Mm-hmm. And it's very, very far and few between during an investigation that I think of attachments and things like that, only because I'm interacting with, a lost soul, or somebody that was just like myself, but in the afterlife. Mm-hmm. That's typically what I attract, where you're so much more open than I am, where mm-hmm. you see all the the different sides of things, and it's not always just that grandma in the corner rocking away in her chair, or that little kid that just wants to play, or that's what I see compared to what you see. So we definitely have our differences, which makes us
but at the end of the day, we always come up on the same page, because by the time we get done comparing things, I can see your side of it, you can mm-hmm. see my side of it, and we can take care of it when we were doing it. It was that's great, right, that we have that much compatibility to be able to work together and see it from all sides.
Well, you have to go into it with an open mind, or if you're not going into the paranormal with an open mind, you shouldn't be in the paranormal.
Most definitely. That is true. Mm-hmm. And especially to learn balance, because balance is a main key to a lot of things.
Yeah. What's this thing?
There are many eyes through which we see the world. That's the beauty. Yeah, everybody's got their own vision. I definitely agree with that.
Exactly.
And we all got our perspectives on everything, because like I said, somebody could tell me a story and somebody could tell you the same story, and we'll have a totally different view of it,
Yeah, we'll interpret it totally different. And that's okay. That's what makes us, individual humans. And that's what evolves the paranormal field, because people are looking at it through so many different lenses, trying to get that clearer understanding. And I think researching all avenues.
I think one of the main things when I left the old team and I started up this team, like I said, you were kind of at the beginning when I met you, when I started this team, and that's when we went down to Galena.
Mhm.
I definitely got to contribute it to you and Kat, because when I'm sitting there talking to Kat, me and Kat are very much alike in a lot of ways.
Very in tune, yep.
Yeah. And, listening to both of you guys, I think that gave me my grounding perspective a little bit, because the way you guys approach it. But then, like I said, then Kat got her side of it like me. We can see that farther in. But I think that's what gave me more of the intuitive side of looking at things just slightly different instead of just jumping in sometimes.
Well, and I think I would be a lot like you and a lot like Kat if I were to allow myself to, but I've opted not to.
Yeah, and I can understand that, and then and I can respect it as well. I mean, I know you can feel and you can sense some things as well, because, like I said, I've been around you enough to know that if something's going on, without a doubt, and you don't have to be noted about it. But yeah, that's one of the things. When you're around people like that, you definitely can pick up things. I thought it was really cool. I thought it was really cool that night. We were all down there eating at dinner there at the motel and talking to everybody that night. And me and Kat just clicked it off. And then we did that scrying there at the outpost that night. And we got some pretty interesting pictures when me and her were both scrying. Because we looked older than what we were in both those pictures that we had that night. So that was definitely different. Do you believe that the paranormal investigation is evolving in the sense that instead of investigating alone, it's becoming a call to help these souls?
I do believe it's evolving. I mean, I look at all the different, equipment and stuff that's available now. And not just that, but, in the spiritual aspect, of people like Sean and, Kat that we keep talking about, and the Christinas and Deidres and stuff, where, people are learning how to tap into their senses a little bit more and really try to get answers, whether it be scientifically or, spiritually. We weren't where we are now, 30 years ago. So I definitely think it's evolving.
I think technology wise, yes, it's evolving. And some of us are evolving because we keep wanting to learn. And then when you stop learning, you're done, because you constantly learn. And as long as you're constantly learning, you're going to keep evolving. But the one thing in the paranormal field that I would like to see done better is everybody get along and not have so many damn egos.
Yeah, egos get the best of some people sometimes.
So, but yeah.
Well, and morals too. I think people really need to have a good sense about them and high morals. No lying, no stealing, no cheating, no backstabbing, that kind of stuff.
Right.
It's unnecessary. We should all just be able to get along. And if we can't, just agree to disagree and move on without dragging people's names through the mud.
Right. And one of the other things, and I've said this before, if we would share more information with each other throughout this field, we'd probably be farther along than what we are now, because some people might have the puzzle to a piece that I have, or I might have a piece to somebody else that has. And, that communication between everybody is, they keep it to themselves. And
I don't think people need to gatekeep.
Yeah. If they would just share, because like I said, we would be farther along in this field than you could imagine if everybody would start sharing more.
Exactly. And we're not talking about just sharing clips online, ooh, I caught this EVP,
right.
Ooh, I seen this shadow figure, getting the history around why it was captured, when it was captured, the elements that were around it, that kind of stuff. I think it's all very, very, very important.
Right. If there was ley lines around, what method did you use, to do this?
Because a lot of it is situational,
I definitely agree.
And a lot of it isn't, some of it's residual, but it is, to me, even residual hauntings are still situational because you still have those things that, always have to be in place for it to happen. It doesn't just happen.
Right.
I think that certain things need to be in place.
Yeah, something has to trigger to start it up again, or it dissipated for whatever reason because it come back again for that reason. So
Mm-hmm.
there has to be a trigger of some type, and
Exactly.
I definitely agree with that too, 100%. But
Well, hopefully, the more people, like you and I that are out there doing this, and let me tell you, there's millions of them, that can work together and are willing to share, you know, hopefully in another 10 years, we'll be more advanced and we'll have more answers. Because you keep bringing up, the whole Galena trip and, how you thought it was really cool that you met so and so and so and so and so and so. That's one of my biggest motivators. I used to have a small team, it was me and two others, and because of medical things and other reasons, now it is just me, and I've chosen to stay solo for all of these years. And I just like bringing people together, people with like minds, together, so we can all just get on out there and do and meet one another and communicate and talk and have that good time and share these experiences together.
mhm.
Because that's where we learn.
I definitely agree 100% with that. You are the person that brings a lot of people together, and I wish more people were like you and thought like you, because I think, especially in this field, because we
Thank
would
you.
be farther along, Jamie. I definitely agree. And
Thank you.
you definitely do a lot for everybody, and you help anybody that, you know, you'll do
If,
whatever it can.
if it's within my means, I'll help where I can when I can. I mean, there's always a time, in our lives where we have to say no, to protect ourselves and our boundaries. But if I can, absolutely. You have a fan in me for life.
And you and
Mm-hmm.
me, because I think the world of you, Jamie. Like I said, you've helped me out a lot, and you've you set me in a couple good directions, and it's really picked up from here. So I appreciate everything you've done for me.
Well, likewise, I've really enjoyed our time together, and I can't wait to see what the next 20, 30 years brings us.
Oh
I
yeah.
don't know, I'll be like 80 years old. I don't know. Hot dang. And you see me, you're going to be pushing me in a wheelchair.
I don't know. You might be pushing me in a wheelchair. I'm a little older than you, but
How about we get electric wheelchairs and we have Gwen push us, when we can't get up there?
no, we can just do this. Gwen can just push us both. She doesn't
Well,
even
that's
realize
if Gwen's going to be able to walk.
she doesn't even realize I brought her up on the stage.
There she is.
She's got her mic on.
Y'all so bad. I'm sitting here going, yep, I'll push you, but with my bad knee. So
She'll be
Can you
cyborg.
imagine?
She'll be
All three of
cyborg
us.
by then.
well, I'm getting this thing fixed one way or another. So
Good for you. I'm
but-
still working on getting my stuff fixed.
Yep, you are. You're getting healthier though, and that's awesome to see. I tell you.
Yeah, I'm very proud of myself and the achievements that I've made in regards to that journey. Sean hasn't seen me in a while, and even
She's
you.
itty bitty. She's itty bitty.
I know.
Just wait till you see me next month. I'm actually wearing jeans and stuff again, and I'm like, holy cow! Two of the brand new pair that I just tried on are like no longer fit. I'm like,
see, it feels good when you're getting healthier, and
I
I was on my journey, and then I got interrupted, so that kind of.
Mm-hmm.
But it's okay. It's okay. I'm still doing it, and it's good. But yes, we all love you, Jamie. You brought me together with a lot of folks, and yes.
Love you.
I'm coming back. I love you too. And I told you when I come back, if I have to come to your front door and knock, I'm coming to see you.
I've always got a place for you. Always, not just in my heart, but in my home.
So technically, if you think about it, I met Jamie, and then I introduced you guys. So the three of us is the try right there.
And y'all introduced me to Rez, and we did our walkabout, and
Mhm.
yeah,
How
and
that
I
whole
have met,
circle goes.
yeah, and I have
Yeah.
met so many people up there, and y'all are my other family. I
Mhm.
I feel more at home there than I do here sometimes.
Isn't that unbelievable?
Oh,
Mhm.
oh, really? I did I hear that come out of your mouth?
I
Wow.
do. I do. I mean, I
Wow.
everybody knows that my bestie and her husband, Lee Triana Brown and Matt, they're my chosen family, and that's my Southern connection besides my kids. But my parents are here, but and I have to be back and forth. But I have have my family up there. You guys are my chosen family too. So I think it's awesome, and it next year is going to be even better. We're gonna do more, and I plan
Well,
on going to whatever I
absolutely.
can. So, yep.
Well,
Yeah.
we're going to finish out this year with a bang too. So,
Oh yeah, we're coming
You know.
for a party, which is going to be crazy. Bill is, I love him so much.
yeah,
Yeah,
he's hard not to love.
I know it. He's on, but no, I have my family up there. I have my family here, and I met people in the middle too. And going to the paracons and stuff. You see people that are just like, hey, but then you see people that you're connected with, and that makes it awesome. So
Yeah,
Exactly.
it
that's
does.
the best part of it is when you get a bunch of people you're connected with and be able
It
to.
is. So, I have you guys up there, and I have this and some in the middle, and it's just
You got
amazing.
people all over.
It does.
All
And I'm
over.
about to go to Salem and see some awesome people too. Some I've met and some just I know like this.
Mhm.
So that's going to be cool too. Too bad you can't come to that. Yeah.
I really wish I could. I want to get out to Salem so bad. If I do next year, it'll be for Sam's event in October.
Yep. What is it? MassCon? Is that what is that?
Yep.
Yep.
Well,
Yep.
Yep,
then
if I do, it would definitely be for his.
that's the one that I'm going to aim for because that's on my bucket list as well. So
Well, maybe we can all get an Airbnb or something because hopefully my group is coming. I don't know for sure. I'm not the keeper of the calendar here.
That would be wonderful.
Yeah, that would be just. And you
That
guys,
would be wonderful.
yeah. Jamie hasn't met Litriana yet, so
I
that
have
would be
not.
for you guys to meet.
yeah, she's
Well,
a
I
nice.
will be in Louisiana and North Carolina next year.
Are you coming to the New Orleans Paracon?
No,
Oh,
I'm doing the
okay.
Cajun Country Paracon and then Booze on the Battleship.
Okay. Well, I've been on that. Isn't it the one in is it USS North Carolina?
Yes,
I've been
up
there.
at Wilmington.
Yep,
Mhm.
I have a I don't I think I have a story about
No, I don't know.
I have a spirit guide that came from the USF North Carolina.
Oh,
I do.
crazy.
I do.
Small world.
Yeah.
Small world.
I like the ship, but I don't know. I liked it. I would like to go with a small group.
Mhm.
Just because we went with a bigger, I don't want to say huge group, and it ended up being, it was good. Don't get me wrong, and it was very interesting. And like I said, I ended up with a spirit guide, which is whatever. But it's surprising how that happens. But you'll have fun. You'll have fun. But I don't know. I'm not the keeper of the calendar with my little group, but I know we're going to a bunch next year and finishing the year out. And
Well, I'll be honest with you. I'm really looking forward to it, but I'm not looking forward to it at all because I am, as much as I love hosting and being a part of public events and investigations, I do not like public investigations. I need my small little groups if I'm actually going to be investigating.
I taught Raven. Sorry. Sean and I are so used to doing everything that we mess it up.
You guys are fun.
Well, I figured since I brought you up on the stage here, I figured you wasn't paying attention, so I got it. But hello, Raven.
I do so many shows that it's automatic. Yeah. Oh, and Raven's, we're getting with Raven about being your guest.
Okay. All right. Sounds good. Well, ladies, it is at the top of the hour. And
it is.
I'm going to make it one more announcement here real quick since you guys are all on here. Not only am I going to Melbourne Manor here in a few weeks, I'm also going to the Rock Island Arsenal here in about a month. So two big investigations coming up.
Very fun.
So that's on my bucket list for the next couple of weeks. And
Well, enjoy and share with us all the fun stuff about it.
Oh yeah, I'll definitely will. It'll be let's see. I want to make sure
I'm trying to get him to go live some on here, and I know going live is sometimes it's chaotic, but if we can get him live at least for a little bit, I think it would be a cool thing if it's okay with everybody, that's there. So
the one at the Rock Island Arsenal, I am teaming up with Illinois Paranormal Research.
Cool.
Ooh.
You'll have a good time.
Yep.
Very good time.
Yep.
Yeah. So I'm looking forward to that. They contacted me last Friday night and I said, heck yes, let's go.
Count me in.
Yeah.
I'm always doing that to Cross and Guard Paranormal. I'm like, have you been here? Have you been here? Have you been here? And they're like, no. I'm like, okay, let's go. And they're like, okay.
Well, the one at the Rock Island Arsenal, I might keep it until the day they come on the show, and we'll talk about what happened that night. So,
gotcha.
Because they're definitely going to be coming on the show, and I'm looking forward to talking to those guys as well. But
then you got to share.
You got to save live on all our channels because when he's at these things, unless we have a show that's already like that's their slot, we'll try to get him to go live at least for a little while on here.
It's really hard to because I've gone live quite a few times during investigating, and I don't like it because I find myself trying to be too engaged with my viewing audience rather than doing actual investigating. Yeah. So I struggle. I struggle with balance there.
Yeah, and it also depends on if we got internet service in the locations because sometimes it always breaks out. And last time I was at the Sanctum of Souls, it kept breaking out toward the end. It was on about 45 minutes and the internet kept breaking out there. And I was like, okay, sorry, guys, we got to go, but catch what we got. So.
Oh, yeah.
Well, and I told Raz, I don't know if he told you, Gwen, but I think anybody who does a live while investigating definitely needs to invest in a gimbal.
Okay. I need to check it out because,
Yeah, they're like $30-$40, but a gimbal. Hi, Sal.
Hey, Sal.
You are looking amazing these days, too. We were just talking about health journeys. And yeah, Sal, you're looking amazing. Keep up the good work. But yes, a gimbal.
A gimbal. I'm writing it down. Got my little purple pen.
Basically, you hold it in your hand and you hook your phone up to it, and it holds your phone steady no matter what position your hand is in.
Oh, is it the one that's like
whatever? Gotcha.
Yes.
Gotcha.
Yep. So you don't see all the shakes and side work. You're not looking at the floor and all that kind of stuff.
Well, normally I got a flashlight in one hand and my phone in the other, and I'm trying to make sure you get enough light so you can see what's going on and not be so pitch black dark.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so unless I get one of my teammates to go with me, but like I said, I only got three left on the team, so.
Gotcha.
Yeah, we need to all invest in one of those. And you know what? I think TikTok has them. And if
I'm sure they do.
If they have them, you can get like a bunch of them for a deal. So
yeah,
I'm gonna look into that because I know we need several. When we were filming the walkabout and stuff, it was hard. I'd have the camera in one hand, Rez had one, we'd flashlight. It was chaotic, but hopefully that's gonna turn out.
Well, you could just tape your flashlight to the gimbal and you're set.
Dude, I had one on my forehead.
A lot of people do.
I got a shoulder strap now that I got a little light I can put on.
Nice. I had one on my head when we were in different places, and it was just whatever we did. It was, living on the road and doing stuff like that. It was an adventure.
Yeah.
It was an adventure.
I don't know how you guys did it, but it's so cool. So fun.
I plan on doing it again, but I'm only do like short little bursts from now on.
Yeah.
Because the long one was awesome. The documentary, when it finally comes out, it's gonna be good. I got some people that I know that have said they're gonna help me with it because it's a lot.
Yeah.
And, what is it? Nathaniel Bank? What's Blank? He's gonna help me. He I've got some I'm getting from him, and he always does really good footage and stuff too. So
he's so cool. He's one of Bill's right hand guys.
Yep, he is. And I've investigated with him several times, and it's very cool.
Yeah, you're going to be seeing a lot more of him in Broadhead Manor next year.
Yep.
So, yep. It's exciting.
It is. And I know we're done. So, Sean, you do your thing and kick
Yeah.
us out when you need to.
Well,
I
Jamie
love
Lynn,
you guys.
Jamie Lynn, before I drop you backstage, could you tell everybody where they can find you at?
Jamie Lynn Keller, on Facebook, or Paranormal Party Wisconsin, WI. I do have a Paranormal Party page, but Paranormal Party Wisconsin is the page that I typically do updates and stuff to. Or my personal page, Jamie Lynn Keller on Facebook. If you would like to email me, you're welcome to email me. If you can remember this, it's jdkeller26@hotmail.com.
There you go. Go check out Jamie Lynn Keller. She's an amazing person, and like I said, one of my best friends.
Love
and definitely check her out. And thank you again, Jamie, for coming on tonight. I really appreciate it.
Sean, don't tell people to check me out.
Wait a minute. Hang on. Yeah, you're looking pretty good.
Thanks, Sean. Thanks a lot.
I had to. I couldn't resist. Have a great
I
night,
love
Jamie.
you.
And thanks for coming on.
Thanks, guys. Thanks for having me.
Here. Well, what do you think, Gwen?
Oh, I love Jamie. I had to pop, I had to be in the background.
I know.
I told Sean, I said, Jamie's coming. I'm going to be back there because I miss you guys. I mean, I live in the South. They live up there. And when I can get there, I'll be there. But right now I'm kind of bugging out because I can't get around like I normally do.
Right. Like I said, and not only, Jamie does a great job. I'd like to thank you as well for helping me out. I've been on this network for almost a year now.
I know.
And it's grown pretty good.
It has. And we are just put it out there. If you have an idea for a podcast, come to me. Get in touch with me. Of course, it's just Gwen Johns on Facebook. And that is the absolute, the messenger on there is the best way to get me. But if you have an idea for one, call me. Message me something. We'll get together because we're trying to get more good shows. I have a couple more coming. Raven had her first one last week, and
she did a hell of a job. I've seen some of that.
And she's this week. I'm gonna do a live about who all we have. We have really great shows, including Sean's, and we just all kind of work together, and it helps. Like when I'm really busy or when I was on the road and, didn't have good service, Sean would help me out. And it's awesome. When we collaborate, it's nice. It's very nice. So, thank you. So I'm going to drop me down and we're going to let you close it out and good show. All
righty. We'll drop Gwen down. But like I said, next few weeks, I will be at Melbourne Manor and the Rock Island Arsenal. Like I said, look for the lives when it pops up. And next week, I did have a guest lined up. I'm going to rework a new one in. The guest that I had coming on, her schedule got really hectic and busy, and she just let me know today. So that was nice of her to let me know in advance. And so sometime this week, I'll announce the guest for next week. So stay tuned, and we'll catch you next week. And everybody have a great rest of your weekend. And thanks for stopping in. And thank you for your support as well. Have a great weekend. Out of here.